Guys, we're back. We're back with another one. And this week we're going to be discussing, is alt season cancelled? We're going to be looking at BTC. We're going to be having a look at a few of the alts. We're going to be looking at Ethereum and Total 2, Total 3, USDT dominance and BTC dominance. So yeah, let's get straight into it, guys. So I'm starting on BTC, like I always do. Just having a little look at BTC. These areas up here, like I pointed out last week, the value area high at around 70k is a big significant area. We are trading above the point of control at the minute. This big area here has been untapped. We did invert that one. I spoke about this last week. We inverted the bearish fair value gap there, whereas previously we tagged it and then did come down lower. If you're using the stochastic, which I don't, I've just got it on so I can show you guys. We had a divergence in the stochastic there, and then we had a divergence in price there. So there's your divergence in it. This is why I like to use the Atos trading platform, because what you'll see with the Atos trading platform, let's let it load up a minute, is you'll see this sort of divergence on the open interest and the CVD, and then when you see something like this with the open interest and the CVD, it's a bit similar to the stochastic. You know, you can take your longs, swept out this bit of liquidity here, and then went off and moved 17% in how many days? So say you took it there at the value area low. In 11 days it moved 15%. Also what you want to see BTC break these highs. If it don't break these highs, we are potentially coming back down at this area, which I have marked out, which is between 64.8 and 63.3. We've also got the main point of control, which is at 63.1. So these are areas to keep an eye on. Let's just connect the Atos platform. Also alts. To be honest with you, alts aren't looking good. Let's put let's do BTC versus Ethereum. Let's have a little look here. And if you have a little look, it's clear to see BTC is clearly outperforming Ethereum by a country mile. So that's something to keep an eye on. It is clearly outperforming it. And will continuously outperform it. You know, like I was saying, the big players in this market, who wants, you know, PP coin or Pepe coin? Who wants that when you could have the big dog, BTC? Let's do the Ethereum BTC. So as you can see, like I've just shown you, the BTC is outperforming Ethereum by a country mile. And it's fair to say you can clearly see here that it is outperforming it. The area that we're at the minute was a prior resistance. You can see several areas where it was a prior resistance. Excuse me. We really want to turn this into a support area, or it's looking like we're going to have further downward movement in this ETH BTC. Let's get the point of control up. We are trading below that at the minute, and that was used as a resistance prior. So we want to see this at some point. We want to see it take off. If it doesn't take off, there's a lot of alts that aren't going to survive this, and they are going to fall lower and lower and lower, because like I've said previously, nobody wants these altcoins. That's my personal opinion. I'm not saying alt season won't happen, because when people are calling for alt season not to happen, it probably is going to happen. So we just got to keep an eye on these certain areas. Let's go into total 2. Total 2 is having a slight bounce here at this area. Which was this area here. We want to see it hold this area, which was a prior resistance, and we want to see it take off fairly quick. We want to see it get above that area, a little chop, and then do something like this. Or if we see something like this, we are potentially coming lower back to this area down here, which is around 500 billion. So there's your areas to keep an eye on. Let's have a look at BTC dominance. BTC dominance just keeps flying, which, like I've said, I did mark out these areas before where we are probably going to be coming to, which we're in at the minute. And BTC dominance just keeps going and going and going. Because like I've said, people want BTC. People don't want, you don't get me wrong, meme coins have had a really, really good push. They really have. But why would you want to hold a meme coin when you can hold something like BTC that's, a really good asset? It's got a lot of potential, and like I've said, I personally don't think it's going to go up to that mark that everybody keeps shouting. I've got a target at between 80 and 90k, where we will start to drop back in. I do think we've got one more year before we do drop back in, which will probably be mid 2025 before it drops back in. That's what I'll be looking for. So keep your eye on these areas in BTC dominance. Let's have a little look at others. It's another one that ain't looking too good. That's June, July. These are your areas where you want it to be buying your altcoins. I think, to be honest with you, because they had all these sausages on YouTube and on Twitter and things like that, that a lot of people have probably bought here, and it's gone from there, and it's lost almost 60%. So you probably are 60-70% down in your altcoins if you've bought them up here. Here you're probably around about break even at the minute. So I'd just be watching these certain levels. We want to see this others do the same sort of thing, probably go sideways for a bit. We need to see some sort of breakout on these. If we're not seeing any sort of breakout, then they're going to struggle. Yeah, we're trading in the mid range. This is like a little channel that we're trading in at the minute. But we want to bounce off this channel and go up to these areas so we can have alt season. Let me see what else we've got. There's another one here. Others. This is excluding the top 10 dominance. Same sort of scenario. We want to see a bounce here. If you're using your trend lines or whatever. At the minute we're on course. Don't want to drop below here because we could come down to here. We want to see it bounce off here and get up to these areas. So it is alt season cancelled. Possibly when people are saying alt season's cancelled, we're going to have an alt season, but I don't think it's going to happen right now. Excuse me. Let's have a look at USDT dominance. That's what we're looking at in USDT dominance. To come back down into these areas. It is starting to drop at the minute, but we will see where they are going to drop to. Obviously this is doing the same sort of trajectory. You got your trend in, your trend's intact, so you want to see it come below. Look, that blue mark is what I marked out. If you're using your trend line, you can clearly see there. That's what I've marked out for it to bounce off and then come down. We also want to lose this area here, but that's a big ask, to be honest with you. Let's have a little look at a few coins. Rune. At the minute, Rune is at the value area high. What you'll see normally with most of these coins is that we will get to the value area high and we could fire through it. Bit similar here. We fired through it, we had a rejection, and then we come back down lower to where you've took your long. So you don't want to hold for too long. We've come into this main fair value gap on the weekly, and then we've started to push off again. That's why I use the fair value gaps and the volume profiles, because they're fairly easy to use. You've also got storage. I don't know what that is. So like I say, you've also got storage. We've had the big push up. We've come back in to test this fair value gap here. It's not the biggest one, but we have closed up above it. We've not inverted. We've still closed up above that fair value gap. That's a daily one, I think, that I marked out. Let me have a little look. Yeah, that's a daily one that I did mark out, which was a bullish one. But like I said, we need to watch these areas carefully. Generally, like I use the volume profiles. Once we come out of these value areas, we generally slip back into them, test the point of controls, like we have done here. Came out here, point of control, value area low, used as a resistance, dropped again. On the daily, the stochastic starting to turn around again. If you want to use the stochastic, Also, these here are by a friend of mine in the CWP group. These are linked in the description. I will leave for these indicators. Really good for indicators by James. And also there'll be a link in the description for CWP where you can join that. There's a free chat, and then also there's a premium chat that you can join. Some really good traders in there, help you out as much as they can. If one of the stronger coins, as we can see, it is one of the stronger coins, Ave. Let me redo my monthly a second. So look, you can see here, Ave dropped all the way at 131. It's already back up within, what is that, 3 days? 3 days, it's already back up to 154. You want to be looking at your stronger coins against BTC. Stop buying all this shit, because you're probably going to end up getting wrecked. This daily fair value gap has held 1, 2, 3 times now. 3 times it has held. So, you know, this is a really strong coin. AVE is a very, very strong coin. Let me just go into the weekly. I'm just going to remove that volume profile a minute. Put that one in. Let's have a little look at where we are. And we are trading above the value area high in this volume profile. And that's your monthly. This is your main volume profile. Your main point of control is at 64. I don't think it's going to come back down there, to be honest with you, but you know, you never know. It's just like this here. Value area low, value area low, value area low, value area low, pump. Back down, test value area low, pump. It's pretty easy to use. Ethereum. Go have a look at Ethereum. Point of control's down here. Just remove that a minute. That's a daily bear. Fair value gap. See what it's tagged it, pushed down. We're probably going to trade below it for a little bit before we do hopefully push off, start to bring these altcoins up with it. We also had a weekly bull here. We did invert that weekly bull, but we did come back up to it fairly quick. Daily, not much going on really. What other coins have we got? Atom. Let's have a little look. This is your monthly point of control here. We are at the point of control. We've not tagged below it yet. But you can see how we come up above these point of controls, and then we generally do fall back into the value area. You know, it's pretty easy to see. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying we fall back instantly inside them areas, because we don't. You know, sometimes when we're up here, you know, like here, it used as a support, the value area high. We came back in, we tagged and we went off. Fairly easy to use. But then once we have fallen back inside value area, we have come back down to test the point of control. You know, you want to be taking your profits. Once you're coming out of the value area, you're up here, take your profits. What are you going to miss? You know, if you're taking your profits there, yeah, you've missed an extra 20%, but from the value area low, or even the point of control itself, you know, that's 20 October 23. You know, once we've come back inside this value area here, you can clearly see that this has been acting as a support area. There to there, there's your support area, 1, 2, 3. And then it turned into a resistance area. Your value area high then chopped about, turned into a resistance area, then it dropped again. You know, take your profits while you can. Otherwise, you're going to be sat holding a bag that's now minus 50 odd %. For what reason? I don't think I've got any others really that I want to be looking at. You know, every coin's going to have the day. Everyone will have its day. You got your narratives that will, you know, what they'll do is, obviously everybody's concentrating on BTC at the minute. BTC will go to its highs. They'll take the profits. They'll then rotate it into another narrative. Then that will run. Then it'll, you know, AI and meme coins have had the runs. What's it going to then rotate into next? Because they're not just going to keep holding PP or Pepe or, you know, any of these crap. They're going to take the profits and they're going to be out. So we've got Tau here at the value area high at the minute. Monthly value area low. Are we going to potentially come back up into this area here? 583. It's a possibility. Just have a small stop. Just have a little stop down there. So say you take your long here. Just have your stop there. Just below that. And then just aim for that. I know it's only a 1-to-1 risk. But, you know, it's not the best trade in the world. But you're still going to get a nice move if it does come back up. If it comes back into here, you know, and you're only using a small percentage of your portfolio, you're going to be okay. That's what I'd be looking at. So yeah, I will try and do another video this week. Like I've said, there's links in the description to CWP and to James's indicators. I'm going to continue to keep doing some of my shorts as well. I'm also on TikTok now. Crypto Market Strategies on TikTok. If you want to have a little look at that. And yeah, I'm getting out of here, guys. And I will catch you in the next one. Happy trading.